I simply refuse to believe that I go back to school in a couple days. Like, where did the summer go? Hey guys, what is up? It's HVL Manga here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now guys, today, it's the end of the month. We all know what that means. Today, I am going to be showing you guys all of the manga that I purchased in the month of August. This month definitely wasn't as big as last month's, but I did still get around 90 volumes of manga this month, which this will honestly probably be the last bigger haul for a while, just because I'm obviously working full-time, but now that I'm going back to school, I will be a student full-time. So guys, let's not delay, let's get right into it. This is my manga haul for the month of August. So first starting off, let's go over some of the pre-orders I did this month. I actually got a decent amount of pre-orders in. The first pre-order that I did is Full Metal Alchemist in the Full Metal Edition, Volume 14. I freaking love these releases. I think this is just the best way to collect it. It's a really nice hardback book, and I also love this cover. Greed is easily one of my favorite characters, and I also love this green, another one of my favorite colors. So I'm just really excited to have this. I love Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, so the next volume that I pre-ordered this month, I'm actually going to cover the cover, and you guys probably already know what it is. That is Chainsaw Man Volume 6. So I'm not really gonna do like a full look over of this volume, you guys already know, but Chainsaw Man is one of my favorite newer releasing shonens, and I am so excited to continue picking these up. I read this as soon as I got it. I will say, I always forget how weird this series is until I read a volume, but again, this was a really good volume, honestly probably one of my favorites. So Chainsaw Man Volume 6, really excited to have this in the collection. Next, moving on, this next pre-order is the last volume, and that is The Promised Neverland Volume 20. The Promised Neverland is the series that got me into collecting manga, so kind of having it completed is kind of like bittersweet, because it's good that it's like done and completed, but it's also like sad that it's done and completed, you know? But yeah, the 20th volume, I will say it's a little bit of a thicker volume. They wanted to really get all of that content in one last volume, but Volume 20, really excited to have this complete. So staying on trend with final volumes, I have Demon Slayer Volume 23, which is also the last volume of this series. Again, it's always weird to complete a series, but it also feels good. I feel like I've been collecting this for forever, and I haven't even been collecting them as they've been coming out, so Demon Slayer Volume 23, you guys know I do enjoy this read, and I am very excited to have the last volume. Okay, so moving on, this isn't the last volume in this series, but it is Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 11 with Nanami on the cover, and guys, I love this cover. I really like Nanami. I read this, and honestly, Jujutsu Kaisen, for me, is kind of like a love-hate relationship. I will continue to pick these up, but it's just, for me, Jujutsu Kaisen is just okay. I do like how it's getting a little bit darker now that it's in the Shibuya arc, but yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 11, probably my favorite cover so far. The next pre-order that I did this month is Golden Kamuy Volume 23. Guys, I am so glad that I'm finally caught up with this series. If you know, or if you've seen my last month's haul, you would know that I finally recently got caught up. I had only 1 through 4 for a long time, but now I'm caught up and I'm keeping up with the pre-orders, which feels great. I love Golden Kamuy. It's a great seinen. I'm not at this volume yet. I think I'm on like Volume 10 or so, but I really enjoy this read, and if you haven't given it a shot yet, I would recommend it. I realize it's a little intimidating because there's 23 volumes out and they are decently expensive, but I would definitely recommend and encourage you guys to give this a shot. Okay, so I think this is the last pre-order that I have. I think I'm right. I may be wrong, but I also picked up Blade of the Immortal in the Deluxe Edition, Volume 3. I know a lot of people don't really love this release of Blade of the Immortal, but I really didn't want to have to go through the process of finding the omnibuses. And honestly, I love these deluxe leather-bound books. I think they look so freaking good. So, Blade of the Immortal, Deluxe Edition, Volume 3. Very excited to have this. Okay, so now we're gonna go into kind of some obviously random volumes that I got. So, I am so excited for this particular series, or these volumes, because it's completed a series that I've been working on for a while at this point, and it is Eyeshield 21, volumes 1, 3, 4, 8, 10, 15, and 21. So a couple of these were actually found by Anthony, one of my good friends online. Make sure to go follow him on Instagram and YouTube. All of his stuff will be in the description box down below, but Eyeshield 21 has been a series, again, that I've been wanting to complete for a while. He picked me up some volumes, and then I was able to find 1, 3, and 4, which are some of the most expensive volumes elsewhere. I found Volume 1 on eBay Volume 3 on Manga Swap on Reddit, and then Volume 4 on Barnes & Noble. So that was like a what the heck kind of find, but now I have Eyeshield 21 complete and I am so excited to. I was able to get this entire series for an absolute steal and I am so excited to finally be able to read this. So continuing on the trend of series that Anthony was actually able to pick up for me, he also found volumes 13, 14, 15, 17, and 18 of Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk is a series that I do want to collect. I've heard a lot of people say really good things about it, and yeah, I don't know, a lot of these volumes are kind of out of stock and people are wanting an arm and a leg for them, so whenever he finds volumes, or the fact that he found these volumes for me, I was like, yeah, definitely pick them up. So this makes me just that much closer to being able to complete my Slam Dunk collection. I definitely still am missing a lot, but this definitely helps. So staying on the same theme of volumes that he found for me, the next two volumes he found for me was Toriko volumes 1 and 2. Toriko is an older Shonen Jump series that I am wanting to give a shot, but we all know the deal. It's out of print and it's super long running. I think it's completed, but there's like a butt ton of volumes out, so we'll see if I want to collect this, but I did want to read the first couple volumes to see if I actually do enjoy it. So Toriko volumes 1 and 2, I'm excited to get into it. And these last two volumes were actually gifted to me by him, so dude, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. He got me Requiem of the Rose King, Volume 5 and Volume 6, which this is the only shoujo series in my collection. I don't really normally like a lot of shoujo, but this is more of like a darker themed shoujo, I guess, so I definitely like this a little bit more. Dude, thank you so much for picking these up. I want to collect it in its entirety eventually. Thank you for picking these up. You're helping me a lot. Okay, so next moving on, this is just kind of a random volume that I picked up. This is Reborn Volume 8. I am wanting to collect these in its entirety eventually. I just found this for cheap on Manga Swap on Reddit. Now these next couple volumes were actually found by Chase the Dark Sage and My Waifu on Me. All their links will be in the description box down below. Make sure to check them out. They found these in the wild for retail / slightly under retail, and they knew that I needed them, so they reached out to me and they hooked me up. They found me MPD Psycho volumes 6, 7, 8, and 9. MPD Psycho is an out-of-print Dark Horse series. Again, we all know how this works, and I want to collect it, but I really don't want to pay a lot of money for it. So it's one of those things where it's like, when I find deals, fine, I'll pick them up, but I'm not about to go online and spend $300 for the entire set. You know what I mean? So MPD Psycho, very glad to have more volumes in this series, and again, I will continue this and complete this eventually. Next, moving on, this is kind of a random volume that I needed. The reason I didn't pick this up is because I actually had the perfect editions beforehand, and I read this volume's content within that first perfect edition, so I didn't need it to go on. So I just kind of neglected picking it up. But that is 20th Century Boys in the Singles, Volume 1. This is making me just that much closer to finishing my 20th Century Boys collection. I am enjoying this read the more volumes that I get into it, so I am excited to almost have the entire set. Just missing that volume 17 though, which may or may not be on the way. Okay, so moving on, now I'm gonna get into more larger sets of series that I got. So the first larger set of a series that I got is volumes of Siren. So I picked up volumes 1 through 3, 7, 9, 12, 14, 15, and 16. So the reason that I picked these up is 1, I've heard really good things, and 2, I was able to find all of these for a couple dollars, and this has been a series that I've been wanting to pick up eventually. I just never really took the time to like go out and get the volumes, you know, but then I found them in my local comic book store, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna pick them up. I've heard really good things about this series, and I'm obviously missing some volumes, but I will complete this eventually. Okay, so the next larger set of a series that I got is one that you guys have been recommending that I pick up for the longest time, and I finally did, and I get why you recommended it to me. That is Fire Punch volumes 1 and then 3 through 8. So Fire Punch is done by the same creator of Chainsaw Man, and a lot of you guys were like, if you really enjoyed Chainsaw Man, which I do, you will enjoy Fire Punch. And I've read the first volume. I obviously do not have the second volume, currently in the out of stock crisis, but I have really enjoyed what I've read so far. I just need that dang volume 2. When I'll get the volume 2, I don't know, but hopefully soon. So I, again, have been really loving this read, and I am so excited to get more into it. Yeah, you guys were right. I've also heard from a lot of people that you either really love this series or you hate it, and so far I've been really enjoying it. Okay, so the next manga that I got actually completed a series that I have been collecting for a while at this point. Some of these volumes I got for a couple dollars at my local comic book store, and then the other ones I just ordered off of Amazon. And that is Akurana Hours volumes 4, 5, and then 7 through 11. This is a series that I have been collecting for the past month or so, and I really thoroughly enjoyed this read. I actually binged the entire thing last week, and I have loved this read. It's very dark, very gruesome, and kind of like, just doesn't make you feel good when you read it, but overall this series was really, really good, and I am so excited to have the complete set now, so volumes 1 through 11, especially with volume 3 being as expensive as it is. But guys, Akurana Hours is a series that I highly recommend. I talk a lot about it in my top 10 video, which will be linked in the description box down below. So guys, check that out. But Akurana Hours, I finally have it complete, and I am so freaking excited. Okay, so the next manga that I got this month is actually... I loved the first 2 volumes that I read so much that I decided to, this month, pick up the rest of what has been released in English, and it was a commitment because these volumes are not cheap. So I picked up the rest of Yomushi Pedal, which is a cycling manga that, guys, I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did. So I picked up volumes 3 through 17, volumes 3 and 10, and honestly some of the other earlier volumes are kind of out of print and can be more expensive. But I was able to find a majority of the lot on Manga Swap on Reddit for a great price, and then whatever I didn't have, I was able to pick up on Right Stuff, which I'm very thankful for. Yomushi Pedal really, again, surprised me. I highly enjoy this read. It's really the first sports manga that I really got into, so I think that also kind of has like a sentimental place in my heart, I guess. But Yomushi Pedal is a really good read, and I highly recommend that everyone, you watching this, pick up a volume, tell me what you think. I seriously love this, and I'm so glad that I'm currently up to date with it. I will say, this is printed by Yen Press, and Yen Press is expensive, so these volumes are like $24 each, which is ridiculous, but for me it's worth it because, again, I think this is a really good read. The light keeps changing. Stop. Just be consistent. Thank you. Okay guys, so the last manga that I picked up this month is one like Yomushi Pedal. I picked up the first 2 volumes. I was actually on vacation and ran out of physical manga to read, and I was like, I need some manga to physically read, because obviously I prefer reading physically. So I went to Barnes & Noble, saw the first 2 volumes, binged them, and immediately went to Right Stuff and ordered the rest. So I picked up volumes 1 through 22 of Norigami Stray God, and guys, this series is so good. You guys, some of you guys have been commenting for a while at this point, hey, you should try Norigami, like, hey, I really think you'd like it. You guys were so right. This is so freaking good. I've been binging it recently. I think I'm currently on volume 12 or so. So I am currently up to date with Norigami Stray God, which feels so good. I honestly also really love these covers. I think the covers are really beautifully done. I think this is also a series that a lot of people could really get into. I don't think you necessarily have to be, you know, inclined to like one genre. I think it's very versatile in that way. But I have been binging the crap out of this. It's so good. I highly recommend you guys give it a shot if you haven't already, because, guys, this was so good. I freaking loved this. Thank you so much for watching. As I said in the beginning of this video, I am going back to school in a couple days, so number 1, wish me luck. Number 2, good luck to everyone going back to school. And number 3, I'm hoping that my upload schedule will be consistent at least once a week. I'm not entirely sure what the course load for this semester will be like. It's a lot of credits, so we'll see kind of how that works out, but it is still my goal to upload weekly for you guys, so hopefully that doesn't change too much, but I will let you know if that does, and make sure to go follow me on Instagram at HVLManga to get updates on that. Also, go on the Discord. I made a Discord server recently. Link to that in the description box down below. I would love to see you guys there. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really thankful for all the manga that I got this month. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.